Hi, welcome to this video that will break down sun salutations. So I'm going to do this in 3 parts. So video 1 is going to focus on Surya Namaskar A. So there is A, B, and C within the sun salutations. They have varying levels of difficulty and just numbers of poses within the cycle that we move through. So I'm going to start with A, not because it's necessarily the easiest. It does still require strength, but there are fewer asana poses within this one. So I just feel like it's the easiest place to start. If you don't get the poses down to a T, that doesn't really matter. I would say the most important aspect in your sun salutations is learning how to breathe. So when to breathe, how to direct your energy through the movements. So we're going to focus on number 1, the alignment, and number 2, the breath. Arguably, or in my opinion, the most important part. So what is the point of sun salutations? What is a sun salutation? Sun salutation is that embracing of the sun-like energy. So in moving through these set asana multiple times, so typically you'll do maybe 12 rounds of one sun salutation. And the idea is that you build up heat, you get the circulation going, and it just wakes the body up. So typically yogis will do it in the morning before breakfast. Alternatively, I use it as a warm-up. I think it's great before any flow, and you can add your own little variations in just so that it's not overly repetitive and boring. And sometimes I also like to use it in the afternoon. So I would recommend, if you're feeling like you're lagging, maybe if you're working from home rather than in the office space, but it's a really great way if you just do 4 or 5 sun salutations in a row. It's a really great way of resetting the body, the mind, getting the blood pumping, getting the blood rushing to your brain, obviously because you've got inversions as well. Great for that. So to regain focus, to warm the body through before you stretch your muscles to max capacity in a yoga flow, and yeah, to wake the body up first thing. So enough rambling, let's get straight into it. We're going to go through 1 round focusing on alignment. 2nd round, I'm going to show you how to breathe, and hopefully this should equip you to then go into a class and know exactly what you're doing, and more importantly, how to direct your energy as you're moving through it. So if you are a beginner, I would recommend using 2 blocks so that you don't get disheartened in not being able to, and I can't either, go into a deep forward fold where your belly is touching your thighs and your head is practically on the floor. So we want to make it easy for ourselves. I would definitely say get 2 blocks, get 2 books, and make life easier for yourself to begin with. Pop these out the way for the moment. You want to start by thinking about your alignment before we even get into the first pose. So your feet coming in line under the hips, toes pointing forward. So if you find that you naturally maybe open the toes out or inwards, just resetting that now. Then thinking about grounding through all 4 corners of the feet. So if you find that you naturally drop the weight into the heels or into the balls of the feet, sending you forward and backward, or either side, maybe if your ankles roll slightly inward or outwards, just notice that, and again, correct. So sending the weight into all 4 corners of the feet, evenly distributing. Once you've figured out that alignment, you're going to come to your starting position. So step towards top of the mat, get comfy through the feet, and then we'll draw our awareness up the body, from feet to crown of the head. Pulling the thighs up, engaging through quadriceps by lifting the kneecaps. Draw up the back of the legs, and then we're squeezing the glutes. this is going to help pull our pelvis into the correct position. So we want to slightly tuck, especially if you're like me, you've got a little bit of lordosis in your banana through the back. So just have a little look in the mirror if you've got one. Find that pelvic tuck. Engaging through pelvic floor, through the abdominals, lift up and out through the spine, nice long neck, lifting out through the crown of the head as if a cord is lifting you up to the ceiling. Nice and long. Then, with the shoulders, we want to lift them up, draw them onto the back body, so push them back, and then draw them down the back body. Nice and active through the arms as well. So our palms are facing forward. And again, keeping that nice space between the shoulder blades. Chest open, and then we'll start to move. So on an inhale, but not worrying too much about the breath yet, we'll bring the arms up overhead. Extended mountain pose, shoulders pulled down and away from the ears. This is your first pose. Second pose, you're going to come down to a deep forward fold. In order to get there, we're going to keep as much length through the spine as possible. So we're lengthening, trying to keep a flat back as much as you can. Start to soften the knees here and bring the hands either in front of the toes or you can bring them to the outsides. Soften the knees as much as you need here. Also, if you're feeling a lot of strain in the hamstring, this is where your blocks come in handy. Just place them onto your blocks. Bring the floor to you. We're thinking about pulling the belly to the thighs. So nice, long back. Relax the head. Relax the neck. As you inhale, you're going to come up to a halfway lift. So hands are going to walk up the shins, and you're finding this flat back. So a tabletop-like structure, and keeping the back of the neck long. So try to get your crown in line with the back. You can, if this is, again, a lot of strain, grab those blocks, put them on a higher setting, and just hold here. Again, we're lengthening as much as possible. If you find that you're rounding here, you need to lift higher. You need to bring the torso further upright. Again, same thing, you can press hands onto shins or just above the knees. So if you're a little bit higher up, this is where you're going to put them. Then, as you exhale, hands come back down to the mat. Step it back into your plank. And then we're going to move into Chaturanga Dandasana. So a slight shift of the weight forward here, which we often forget about. Come to the ends of the toes. As you exhale down, you're going to come to your half plank. We stop at the point where the shoulders are in line with the elbows. Once we hit this point, untuck the toes. So we're pressing into the tops of the feet and pushing into the hands at the same time. Thread the chest through the shoulders and allow the hips to come down wherever they naturally come down to. So thighs are off the mat here. We're not relaxing down. That's going to kill our back. So push into the tops of the feet. Don't worry if you need to lift a little bit higher with the hips. Thread the chest through. Open and look up. Exhale. Push the hips up towards the ceiling. Rolling over the toes. Find that downward dog. So that upside down V. Again, find some softness in the knees if you need. The idea is we just want a long line from the sacrum, the bottom of the spine, to the crown of the head. So if that means softening the knees, go for it, especially if you're just starting out. We want it to feel nice, not uncomfortable. Now from here, we're going to step the right foot in, then the left, under the hips, top of the mat. Okay. Finding a halfway lift. Inhale, find that flat back. Remember, use your blocks. You choose. Exhale, back down to that deep forward fold. Relax the neck. Squeeze belly to thighs. Send the sit bones up towards the ceiling. Let go. And then inhale, we'll come back up to our extended mountain, engaged all the way through the body, from the feet to the crown of the head, out through tips of the fingers. Draw your shoulders down. Exhale, option here to bring the hands through heart center. Palms together. And then release the hands to face forward. Shoulders drawn down the back. We find a mountain pose. And from here, you go again. So we're going to do a second cycle. This time, focusing on the breath. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of pace here. Feel free to follow along with me. Don't worry about what you look like for this round. Just listen for the inhale and exhale and try to complete one round with me. And then feel free to go off. Maybe do 4 or 5 back to back. I think you'll notice it makes a huge difference when you learn to breathe correctly. So, stepping to the top of the mat, just double check that alignment. The feet directly under the hips. Little tuck of the pelvis, shoulders back and down. We'll inhale to rise up, extended mountain, fill the lungs. Exhale to bring it down. Keep that length through the back. Inhale to a halfway lift. Flat back. Exhale, release down. Step it back into your plank. Inhale, you're going to shift the weight forward, coming to the ends of the toes. Exhale to lower halfway. Stopping where the elbows are in line with the shoulders. Untuck the toes. Inhale to push up into that upward facing dog. Exhale, let go. Lift the hips high. Find that upside down V. Then we'll step in to find an inhale on that halfway lift. Exhale, release down. Inhale to rise up, extended mountain. And exhale, option to bring hands through heart center and release down to your mountain pose. So there you have it, Surya Namaskar A. I hope this has helped you to see the individual asana. Often when you're in a live class, it's moving so quickly, and if you don't have the basics before you move into one, you're just trying to catch up with the person next to you. You may be missing asana out. You don't know when to breathe. Once you're into your third one, all you can think about is trying to get oxygen into your body. So yeah, I hope this equips you and prepares you either for some home practice or maybe a class with others so you can share that prana. And yeah, any questions, put them in the comments below. I'm happy to help. I will also post about Surya Namaskar B and C so that you have the full set of Sun Salutations, how to do them and how to breathe through them. See you next time.